There are only one thing I wish to find in this room, and that is another song from you. You play so magnificently.
The Baron smiles and returns to the harpsichord and begins playing again. But he picks up a different song, a more lively tune, encourages Fen to dance as he picks up the tempo.
I nod and top. Make me wish I knew how to dance. I have 2 left feet who do nothing to such tune.
There's no need for you to worry. I'm a professional.
I'm distracted checking out the gold books.
Okay, roll a d20. You've found a book called Vertebrate Biology.
I'm interested in the book, but I dare not touch it to not offend the Baron.
Fen is keeping up with the song and encouraging the Baron to play faster, which is encouraging Fen to dance faster, literally pushing the carpets up in places from all his frenetic movement. Aster, what are you doing?
Well, after the Baron said that we should have a look around the room, have a look at the ivory.
There's ornate carvings up on the mantles of both fireplaces. You find one that looks, you thought at first like a candle, but it's actually a piece of ivory that looks like a melted harpsichord.
I gently touch it to see if it's actually melted or ivory.
So it's ivory. It's a sculpture that looks like a half-melted candle, but it is ivory. As you turn it over, you can see that the melting is like the harpsichord is partially destroyed. The back of it has an anguished-looking person sitting amidst rubble. You can see it looks like the Baron's hat and face, but melted away. Really a bizarre sculpture.
Can I cast Detect Magic? I'm seeing this instrument and this figure, but it's a half-melted version of what I'm seeing in the room. I'm having some weird-ass feelings with it, so I'm ready to be confronted with the vile arcane, and let's find out what's really going on here.
Object in front of you doesn't appear to be magic, but there's definitely magic all around. It seems like coming from all of the walls. You're not too far from the window. That's like radiating pretty heavily magic, but all the walls of this room, floor, ceiling appear to be radiating magic.
I place back the statue after I found out it's not magical.
I wander on over and pick up a book and be careful with the book because books are valuable where I come from. And I'm just going to pick up a book and see if I can read it, what's inside of it.
It's called Great Composers. You don't really recognize any of the names inside. It is written in common, so you can read it, but none of the information is known to you.
All right. I leaf through the book and I'm reading it, and I comment to the Baroness, you have a wonderful library. You have stuff on basically everything here.
Turns over his shoulder and shouts over his playing that he collects books that match his interests. Music, poetry, art.
So essentially everything that you're not going to want to know.
Well, I close the book and I gingerly put it back and I tell him, you have a wonderful collection.
Please make yourself comfortable and read about the wondrous composers of Kryn.
I'd like to do a search, real casual search, not like going and picking up stuff and looking underneath it or anything. Just with my eyes of the study that we're in. Just for anything that's really peculiar or stands out.
Make a search check. Nothing in the room really stands out as odd. The Baron's behavior was a little odd. He broke off in kind of a sullen melancholy and then went right back to playing. But other than that, you don't detect anything unusual in the room.
In the meantime, I move away from all the walls and the window, especially the window, into the middle of the room, looking a bit uncomfortable. Slightly disgusted expression.
I ask Manuel whether the Baron is a little eccentric or not.
It would appear so. But I like him. He has good emotions. No. It adds a lot to the art when you can emote as such.
Peculiar hobby.
I think not. Some take a liking to it. Fen here, for example, fits right in. I myself am known to... is the expression in Mordentish cut a rug? But to be honest, I need more of the female persuasion to really shake my feet.
Ah, very understandable.
Dancing with men is a bit like as you say, charcuterie party.
Fen, the Baron does eventually break off from the song, and you find yourself in need of drink. Baron waves you over to his wine rack that's behind his harpsichord, entreats you to pour yourself a glass.
Of course I will. I don't think this guy's shady.
Fen, I'm gonna make a spot check. Okay, you grab a drink. A glass, what are you doing?
Essentially, as a warrior, I'm getting a little bored. I'm trying to be as respectful as I can because it's the Baron. I lean up against the wall and act like a wallflower.
Okay. There's a couple fireplaces. Make some good leaning spots.
Sure, if they're not lit.
The Baron does see you go over and offers to light it.
Yeah, I tell him that I respectfully decline. I think the temperature is perfect. I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy.
All right, suit yourself. See how you feel tonight or tomorrow. Top, what are you doing?
Right now, I'm about to close the book and see about picking up another one.
You found a book called Form and Line in Music. Baron calls over. Find one with the nude sketches.
Which one would that be, sir? I'd like to see that taste.
Oh, you'll get to it in time. You'll find the one.
The Baron's done playing, correct?
He's picked up another slower song after Fen walked away.
I walk over a little bit closer to the Baron, so I don't have to actually shout, but not any closer than I absolutely have to. Staying away from the walls and especially the window. And I ask the Baron what happened to the ivory statue. Did it melt? It looks like it's molten.
He reluctantly looks over. Which one is that? I forget, there are so many.
The one up on the mantelpiece that looks like the instrument you're playing right now.
He stops playing and stands and walks over to the mantelpiece and inspects. He has a puzzled look on his face. He says, "No, I don't recognize this one. This one's not one of mine." He tosses it into the fireplace. As it hits, the fireplace ignites. Big flame at first, but it dies down to a more comfortable size.
I glance over at Emmanuel with a look of intent in my eyes. As in to say, what the hell just happened?
Dude, I don't know. I shrug my shoulders back.
Once he's satisfied that the object is out of sight, he wipes his hands and cheerfully returns back to the harpsichord. Sits down and starts picking up the keys. Emmanuel, what are you doing?
I'm just taking in this sight. It's a weird occurrence. Alright, so they're checking out the books. We're observing this nonsense. I don't know.
Shuffle over to Van and I whisper, why are the walls glowing with dirty arcane magic?
If you used a detect magic spell, can you explain to me its aura?
It wasn't really distinctive. Just had all the same dull background radiation glow. Fen, make another spot check.
I was going to ask what the recent history of his kingdom was, or of his county.
I was going to ask you all for the news as well. I've been in Port Lucine for some time now, but I don't get out so much. I rely on travelers such as yourselves to tell me the goings-on in the world.
I am no traveler. You must talk to these folks.
I'm a recent graduate. I haven't been on any adventures. So.
Oh, that is a pity. We're gonna have lots of time that we're gonna need to fill. And stories are the best way. Stories and song. Perhaps another song.
Why do we have so much time to fill? Did I miss something?
Yes, I understand now.
He looks over his shoulder towards you. Well, this is your home now. You're all staying here indefinitely.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
How most gracious of you.
Yeah, my god has tasked me to deal with the undead and other problems of your world. I cannot be here permanently, sir.
Please, enjoy the wine. Let me get on with another song.
Yes,
Sir,
please do.
can you leave this place, or are you stuck here too?
I'm afraid I haven't left in a long, long time.
since we are to become such good friends, maybe you could show us around the rest of your estate.
Sadly, we are confined to this one room.
Oh, then I must ask, where is your chateau?
You needn't worry about that. Nor need you worry about food, for that meal that we ate shall keep you for the remaining days. It will keep me alive for the next century. A century is a long time to go craving the taste of food, that is sure. Of course, if one didn't fully eat, you will not last more than a few days. And sadly, even those who gorge themselves at the banquet, none have seen the 100 years through.
Okay.
Fen, to get a glimpse out of the window, it looks like a fog has enveloped the building. All you see outside is void, gray.
It appears we are on another plane.
I'm casting Detect Magic. I'm going to focus on everything that I see magical to get as much information out of it as I can.
Skill check, spellcraft. There's an aura that surrounds all of the surfaces of the room that you're in, just beyond those surfaces. It's like this place is being held here by something magical, but beyond that, it's really hard to tell.
Alright, I will keep the Detect Magic going for the little bit of time I have, and I wander over and I check the door to see if I can open it.
Yeah, you open the door, it's void, just gray.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take a boot of one of my rations out of my backpack, and I'm going to toss it out into the void and see what it does.
Just falls, disappears after just a moment.
I'm going to ask the banner, and what is this vile arcane trap?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. A vile trap that I have fallen into long, long ago.
But please, Baron, I would very much like to know more about this trap, how you came to be in it. I find it so interesting.
Oh, there's time enough for sad tales. We'll get to that later. Please, let's keep the party going. I have the will for merriment and plenty of wine.
I see.
Does the clock move or is it stuck?
The clock is moving. It has like weights and counter levers that's not moving. And it has a moon dial that's not moving. But it is ticking away. Appears to be moving at normal speed.
Sir, if you know you have a curse affecting you, why didn't you hire a proper priest to come in and lift it? If I was stronger, I could get rid of it.
Oh, believe me, I've tried that. I've had all sorts of company in, but really the ones with the best tales are the best company, for none other pass the time quite as well.
Are you an undead, sir?
I beg your pardon?
Are you the living dead? You said that you've lived for centuries, trapped in this place.
I said I've lived a long, long time. I assure you I am flesh and blood, same as you. Speaking of which, I do have one warning to give. Of late, the previous tenants with me have begun returning. Usually on the first night, several nights after, if my visitors last that long. Yes, the old guests are returning to spoil my fun and take my new guests from me.
If you knew that your guests were going to be attacked, why didn't you let us keep our means for defending ourselves?
Customary, just a force of habit, I'm afraid, that to offer up such amenities.
Well, it matters not. My wit is my weapon.
Make spot checks.
I would like to prepare the spell Animate Fire. I'd like to take the components out of my patch. I'm not casting it yet, but I'm preparing myself. I'm standing close to the fireplace, which is lit.
Roll initiative.
Just in case shit pops off. I have all reasons to be on edge. There's like metal stuff behind me. I'm surrounded by magic walls. I told you guys this was a trap. I told you guys. But oh no, you're so suspicious of everything and everyone, Arcane.
As you guys are settling into your new situation, you do begin to see undead materialize along the southern wall. It seemed like they have just walked through the window and formed with the solid form materializing and orienting to the living in the room. Last. You hit. Nice.
Nice. Full damage.
You bash into the thing, it goes off to the side, but it does pick itself up and continue orienting to the rest of the group. Aster, what do you do?
I cast Animate Fire into the fireplace while putting the components, which I already had in my hands, into the fire. I saw that statue of the Baron and the piano thing melted, and the way he reacted to it, I quickly threw it into the fire.
You make a small fire elemental out of the fire.
If this works, I'm ending this before it starts.
Manu, what are you doing?
First, I'm going to curse myself for leaving my long spear at the door.
You too?
It didn't make sense to bring it to dinner.
I agree.
You slice with your short sword, hit the spinal column, and it fell into two pieces. The legs continue to try to move towards you. The arms fell down to the ground, and they continue to crawl in your direction. Not.
Use a double move action to put myself between the bear and the fire elemental. After. What is this? Pulling my weapon out.
Everybody make will saves.
Jesus. Party White, first game.
Oh, we're doing really bad.
The fire that's growing on the harpsichord explodes in a flash. You all are blinded.
This is 100% TPK right here.
Oh god!
Because all enemies now have total concealment. We basically have -2 to almost everything, and also are all flat-footed.
Last game I for 4 rounds. For 5. We all rolled terrible.
That kind of backfired now, didn't it?